Hello again, YouTube. This is going to be the first video in our roofing series. If you haven't seen our intro, you can check that out in the playlist. But today we're going to talk about websites. So let's get right down to it. Okay, right here I have a small text file with some show notes here. We're going to go over it. Should I update the website for my roofing business? That's a very common question. I'm assuming many roofing contractors have, and probably more so even other home service contractors. So let's talk about websites for a moment. If you'll remember, around the .com bubble, for those of you that are old enough, around 2000, it was a common thing, and even for 10, 15 years past that, everyone needs a website. If you don't have a website, you are garbage. You are the scum of the earth. No one will trust you in the age of cell phones, smartphones, tablets. If you do not have a web presence, no one will do business with you. Now, that is not true. You know this, but that was the mentality. So everyone needed a website. So pretty much everyone got a website. There was a few holdouts that said, hey, I got plenty of business. I don't need a website, and they did just fine. So to them, we applaud. But for everybody else, we need a website. Got to have it. Now here's one of the problems, and we're going to get into this in some further videos. When we built a website, we did not know what we were doing. We built the website based on the standard home, about, contact, history, our services type menu layout, and we copied everybody else, and we built it because we thought it looked pretty. We paid someone to build it, obscene amount of money, and we have it. We're proud of it, and don't you say anything about it, and it's beautiful. Well, the problem with these websites, almost all of them, and we'll do some website critiques on the channel, don't worry. We've been doing ad critiques in magazines. When we get to websites, we're going to tear those apart because they are horrendous and they're terrible. The website, it's not about you. See, you think it is. You think the customer or the peruser of your internet real estate cares about you. They do not. They care about themselves and their own problem. Does your website connect themselves and their own problem to your wallet? If it doesn't, your website's failing. It's failing, and it's a waste of your money. Every month you're paying for hosting, you should just cancel it, shut it down, fire your webmaster, and move on with life, and just advertise in the yellow pages, or send smoke signals. Anything would be better. It's not about you. Okay, so let's go through some of these. Do you need more than one static page? This is another question. Some of y'all have websites that are, 27, 80 pages, blogs, everything else. You think that's bringing in more traffic. Maybe for some of you it is. For the majority of you, it's not going to do anything. Unless someone knows your actual URL and has a reason to click on it, they're never going to see it. And there's various reasons why. We'll get into that as we go through this series. So why are you wanting to update it? So let's go through some of these, because some of these are valid points and some of these are not. So let's say that you have a website, and let's say you've already spent a lot of money, or perhaps you haven't. Perhaps it's an old HTML site from 2011 and you're kind of embarrassed about it. Should you change it? So let's talk about it. Because it is old, is that enough reason to change it? That's an N-O no. It is not. There are plenty of old sites that work just fine. If you want an example, go to drudgereport.com. That is just pure HTML and CSS code, and it's been chugging along since 1997. Has not changed, will not change, and it has millions of more visitors than you will ever get. So that has nothing to do with it. People do not mind an old static HTML page if it tells them what they want. Craigslist is another example. Very simple page, yet people go to it all the time. And there's advantages to these old sites with this old code. Number one, they load really fast. You don't have to wait on, say for instance, you were to log on and try to find a recipe for chicken parmesan. Good luck. Your phone's going to sit there with a spinning wheel of death because it's got so many ads and so much garbage and so much Java and PHP and everything else up behind it. People don't have time to sit around and wait for their page to load. Get something easy, simple, and quick. So if you have an old site and it loads up real quick, and even though it's not pretty, that's not enough reason for you to go out here and go ahead and try to get a new site. Don't do it. All right. Second one, because it's not pretty. Did we even spell pretty right? Let's check. Yes, we did. Because it's not beautiful. No one cares. Even if you have a misspelling, no one cares. It's not about you. It's not about the site. It's not about how pretty it is. It's about the customer. So because it's not pretty, that's not a good enough reason. Next reason, let's look. Because it is not dragging in traffic. Okay, there you go. All right, now there's a reason. Now, why is that? And this is going to tie into the next point, because it needs better search engine optimization. Let's view both of these points together because they're tied together. If you've been in business for any amount of time, you have been sold this idea of search engine optimization. I can hire someone that will go into my website and they will place strategically words throughout my copy and throughout the metadata and throughout the tags and on these hidden pages, and all of a sudden Google will crawl my website. It will look at all these perfect words I have. It's going to find me and it's going to start promoting me on the first page. For the majority of people, that is a lie and that does not work. If you are buying such services, your money is getting taken from you. That was true 5 years ago. Now, when SEO first started, it had some validity, but it was, as far as it being invalid, probably 5 years ago it was invalid. Today it is perfectly invalid. If you have anybody still selling you on SEO in 2025, run. They're taking your money. And if they are selling you on it, why don't you actually have them give you updates on the invoice of everything that they did with their SEO, all the words that they added, and then show you the metrics of how many visitors that you gained by all of their hard-earned efforts. I bet they can't provide it. You know why they can't provide it? Because it don't work. It's a lie. In fact, you know it's a lie because if you've already paid for the service, you're not seeing any difference. That's not how Google works anymore. That's not how any of these search engines work anymore. And here's the other thing concerning traffic to your site. How are people going to find it? Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, the whole lot of them are not there to promote your site and give you business for free. They exist to make money. These are public companies. They want to make profit. So how does it profit them to show you on the front page when they have someone else willing to pay them to show them on the front page? So I own Doug's Roofing, and I have created a blog. I have a 23-year-old ditzy blonde from college named Brittany. She's over here blogging every day. She's got like 80 blog posts on there, and we're going to get some organic traffic to our website. But Bill's Big Dog Roofing over here, or however you want to say it, he's over here spending $3,000 a month on AdWords. Guess who's going to land on page number 1? It ain't you. It ain't you. Your little blog ain't going to do nothing. There's only so many spots on number 1. There's only so many spots on page 1. And unless you are paying to play, in today's world, you ain't going to get in. And that's just with the search engines. That's not to mention all the actual other social media out there. So I'm just telling you, you may want to believe differently. Go ahead. But if you're actually out here in this game, what's driving that traffic? You've got to have something to drive the traffic. All right, so because it's not dragging in traffic, yeah, you may have a reason to change it. You may have a reason to get rid of it. If you're not willing to spend the money on the AdWords, if you don't have enough outside material pointing to your website, using it as a publication source, it's worthless for you. Moving on. Because it is not doing anything for me. Yeah, well, if it's not, why keep it? Because I'm beholden to my webmaster. Okay, now here's a good one. I understand that. Today, you have, Wix, Weebly, WordPress, Hugo. There is little reason as to why you probably don't have someone within your organization that already has the skills to make a website. You probably have that. You just need, even your laborers, someone in your organization. If you have over 50 people working for you, somebody there can build a website. They can build it just as good, and you're going to have it built for a lot cheaper if you just pay them to do it. Hey, Jim, you know how to build a website? Yeah, I built plenty. I stream my gaming on Twitch. Okay, so there's Jim. He's a blockhead. But you can go ahead and hire Jim and have him build it. Hey, I'll give you extra $300 this week and extra $100 a month to keep this website up. Cool. Done. Why are you paying this webmaster? What is he doing for you? Because I want it to be used as a source of lead generation. Now, that's an excellent reason to change your website, to update it. Yes, if you're not doing lead generation on your current website, but yet you want to be, your website needs to be updated. And this is a reason to go forward and do it. You need to be capturing names, building out a list, a database of prospects, and if updating your website means that you're going to be able to do this, you should be doing it. That is a good reason to update your website. Some of these other ones, not so much. All right, let's look at the next one. Because I want to use it to publish a blog. Next, failure. You're not going to get blog traffic organically. You're just not. If you pay to send traffic there, maybe. But you thinking that you're going to put up 200 blog posts, 3,000 words in length, and it's just going to really drive it? You and everybody else, brother. Dream on. Don't waste your time. Because I want to publish ad copy. A good reason to update your website. Okay, so you can start seeing what this website is. See, this website is not a place for you to just be known and be found. If you want to be found on Google, the best thing for you to do is to update your Google business profile. There's plenty of videos that explain on how to do that throughout YouTube. Just search for it, click on it, spend you an afternoon, update it as thoroughly as possible, and just do that. And just have you one little static page with contact information, have some AdWords pointing to it, be done. But if you want to publish ad copy, if you're putting out real paper publications, if you're putting out signs at the local baseball game with a giant QR code that's bringing people back to a page, if you're running magazine advertisements in the local magazine in town that's bringing people back to a page specifically for them coming from that publication, if you're using your website as that, then yes, it needs to be updated, and that's the proper way to do it. Okay, well, that's about it for this video. I hope that helped you, give you some bearings. I'm going to be honest with you, lots of business owners, and I've been guilty of this too, we build websites for vanity and not with purpose. We do, and I'm going to say this in other videos. The worst thing we can do is build a website with a large menu up top, have all these different pages, allow someone to come to our site and just casually go wherever they want. That's not how a website should work. It should be like a salesman taking someone by the hand and leading them through the showroom, telling them what they want them to know and when. And you can build your website like that with links going at certain locations throughout your ad copy. And that's what you should be doing. That's the way I build websites. So, if you go to, well, here, let's just do it right now. If we go to F9, I'm going to show this to you. If you go that right there, if you'll study my site, you'll see how it's done. You go to that first page, I'm there to capture your email address. And then if at the end of it I don't capture it, I will allow you to go somewhere else. And I'll walk you through the website. But you're not allowed to just go through my website willy-nilly. I won't allow it. You have to get to those links when I want you to see them. I don't have a menu at the top. You can click on that logo all day long, and it's not going to take you anywhere. It's not. All right, well, that's it for today. I'll make some more videos about this website thing, and we'll see what we can learn, and we'll get you set up just right. So, thanks for watching.